Hey guys, so today we're going to show you how to build your own self-watering garden or a wicking bed in the easiest, most professional way possible. The system that we use is called GardenWells. It clicks together by the square foot, and once installed in your garden is going to save you hundreds of hours of maintenance and thousands of gallons of water. And all at the same time, it's going to create the perfect growing environment for your gardens and plants to thrive for years to come. So to show you the 4 steps to install the GardenWell system, I've brought in the pros. We've got Heather and Coop, and over the last 10 years, these two have created and installed over 1,000 urban agriculture installations using the GardenWell system, and now we're going to show you how to do the same.
It's simple. GardenWells emulate natural water tables found in the most abundant growing environments. By creating a hidden reservoir underneath the soil, water can wick up as needed, creating the perfect growing environment. It's efficient, low maintenance, helps conserve water, and overcomes drought. It's simple, you'll love it.
The cool thing about these kits is they're fully customized to your garden size with little to no on-site work.
Coop, what's in the box?
Let's find out. We have our pre-folded food-safe liner. This is going to make our install really easy. We have our water stem and our overflow. And we have our GardenWells.
To show you how all this works, today we're going to be using this elevated artifacts garden, which we build here at Lifespace. This will show you how you can install GardenWells in your own personal creations. Step 1, let's drill the overflow. This is the overflow for your garden. Getting this position right is really important to achieve maximum height for your reservoir. Your reservoir sits 3 inches deep, so you'll want to ensure that the center of your overflow sits at that 3-inch mark. Coop will measure out 3 inches from the bottom of the inside of the garden. Coop is using a 7/8 Forstner's bit to drill our hole for the overflow. He's using a scrap piece of wood on the exterior of the garden to ensure a clean cut. Alright Coop, let's get our waterproof liner in the garden.
Check out how nicely this fits. We used to have to try and fold them on site, which was a huge pain in the butt, but this is how easy that is.
To install the liner, we are using a hand stapler, really easy.
There's 4 folds. I like to start here. You start at the very center, using your hand and pushing the liner to the bottom in the corner of your garden. Move your hand up into the center. From there, put your 1 staple in. You slide across to the corner of the garden. Next staple in, slide across to the corner of the garden. Next staple in. This way it's nice and tight to your garden. Then you walk over to the other side and do the same thing. Lift it up, push it down so it's nice and tight to the ground, to the bottom and the walls. Put your center guy in, slide along here. Put your corner staple in, slide along here. Now we've got each end, now we can do the other 2 folds.
Alright Coop, let's see how we do these corners.
So same thing, up in the center, go up like that, staple the middle, and from here, you grab each side like that and you fold it up, like so. Give it a nice little crease on the fold, keeping it nice and tight. See it's nice and tight there? And staple away. Repeat. Grab it like that, fold it over. Make sure the crease is all nice. Folding it tight, holding it tight. Nice tight crease like that. And staple.
While Coop is finishing that off, I am clicking together our GardenWell grid to a 3x6 size, which is the size of our garden here today. Each garden well has a male and female side, so make sure that they are all positioned in the same direction before clipping them together. You'll also want to make sure that your garden well tile with the hole in it is oriented in the most convenient corner, ideally where you can still see your overflow.
Okay, now Heather's got the X-Acto knife. Using the edge of the garden, you kind of want to pull towards, with the liner pull towards the garden itself, and just slowly make your way, making a nice, even, flush cut. Voila!
All right, let's go back to our overflow. As you can see here, the hole that we previously drilled has now been covered up by our waterproof liner. What you'll want to do with the X-Acto knife after cutting the excess trim is make a small X, an incision where that hole is, and then you'll get to install the overflow. Here you can feel where your hole is. You'll want to go a bit smaller than the hole itself. The overflow will push the remainder through. Now that we have the waterproof liner and overflow in, it's time to get our garden well grid inside the garden. You'll make sure that your water step hole is oriented exactly where you want it. Just slide it in here. The tabs on the two sides offer a nice compression fit to the system.
And the last thing to do is put in your water step.
And then you're good to grow.
Alright guys, so the garden wells are in. What this does inside your garden is it creates an environment where the soil is on top and the water is underneath. Each square foot of growing space holds about 7 liters of water or 1.8 gallons. And as long as there's any water within that reservoir, it'll wick up through these center points up into the soil, creating the ideal moisture environment for your plants to thrive. Do you know when you read the back of that seed pack and it says keep the soil evenly and consistently moist? That's exactly what garden wells do. It's also really guess-free, right? So you have your water stem right here. This floats up and down, tells you how much water is in your reservoir, and it also has the fill-up tube, so it allows you to water directly to the bottom, right where the roots need it. Then you just pop the float in. This floats up and down. When the reservoir is full, floats up about 3 inches. When it's empty, it's down at the bottom. Time to fill her up. And here you have the overflow. So what this does is it regulates the reservoir height, right? So the water's never going to rise up above the overflow here, and it's always going to ensure that there's an air gap between the top of the water and the soil. And this is really important as it ensures that oxygen can always get to the roots, and it's never going to go anaerobic. So for plant health and garden health, that's really key. Also, it really controls the drainage, right? So there's not going to be any leaking or mess anywhere else. It's all going to be coming out of this overflow right here, and it allows you to really control where that goes or to hook it up to other plumbing and drainage and just really divert it. All right guys, so there you have it. You're going to save water, you're going to save time, you're going to eliminate the guesswork, and you're going to create the perfect environment for your plants to thrive. In the next video, we're going to show you some tips and tricks for installing this on site, and we're also going to show you how to identify and or mix the right soil to maximize that self-watering action. So stay tuned.